It's MORAA, the truth teller. MORAA, the one and only truth teller.
Hey guys, I hope that you're all doing great. Now, I have seen a video by the Nyani, and he has this international visitor, in his channel. This same guy was actually in Masubo's channel as well. Now, this guy said that he is from Sierra Leone, but he resides in the United States. So he was out there giving Mayani all this nice advice, very, very good advice. He spoke to Mayani about saving. He told Mayani not to waste money. Every single coin that he gets from YouTube counts. It should not be spent badly. He told Mayani all the right things, guys. Every nice thing that you can imagine. Which was very, very good advice, I must admit. People should be encouraged to save. By the way, this is the same thing MORAA was doing the other day, talking about saving, and that finally you can achieve, a lot more with your savings than you could ever achieve, waiting on other people to assist you. So this guy came out correct, said everything nice. And I was hoping, guys, I was just hoping against hope that he will tell Mayani, you know what? As much as you, are out here doing videos, making views, trying to make money from YouTube, please make sure you do not lie about people. Okay, fine. He said something to do with lies. I remember that. But he spoke about lying when he was telling Mayani not to lie to subscribers. For instance, you're building a house and you need 5 bags of cement. Don't come out to say 10. Because he claimed that they have, Google. Of course, there is Google that you can counter-check prices and see all these things. So that is the only reason as to why he spoke about lying. But guys, I thought this person would tell Mayani, you know what? Do not come out here to the streets to lie about a family. Everything that you say about these people, ensure that it's the truth. Lest it comes back to bite you. Lest karma comes to attack you. He did not tell him to stop insulting people. He did not tell him that, guys. He even went, this international visitor, he went further to praise Gintu, the king of insults on the streets. So these are the mentors that he wants Nyabohanse people, the Nyabohanse youth, the upcoming YouTubers, anybody who wants to start on YouTube. These are the kind of people he wants, to serve as role models for them. People who are insulting people, faking stories. How many times has Gintu come out here to say that I was just doing that for content when he is caught in a lie? He has done it more than 3 times that I can remember. When he is caught in a lie and when he's asked, why have you done this? He says, it is for content. He did not tell them not to lie, guys. He did not tell them not to defame people. He did not tell them not to infringe in other people's privacy. So for me, it tells me what kind of person this international visitor is. He is one of the people who is encouraging these villagers to come out here, insult, defame, and do all these shenanigans. And so he is telling them to do videos, insulting people, defaming people, doing any kind of shenanigans, lying about people to make views. And then after they make the views and make money out of those views, they should save that money. That is how I saw it, guys. That is how I read into it. It doesn't matter how you make the money, but just make it. After making it, make sure you use it properly. Make sure you use it wisely. Make sure you save it. Make sure you don't lie to subscribers when they are assisting you in building or in your projects. So it doesn't matter how the money was acquired. It doesn't matter if the money is BLOOD money. As long as you have it, now you can use it nicely. Now you can make that money help you. Well, I choose to disagree with that. I totally disagree. Because if the money is BLOOD money, then that money is already cast. Even if you save it, even if you use it wisely, even if you do whatever, at the end of the day, you will see how it will turn out. And you know, guys, the bad thing about this whole thing is this kind of curses, they may not even show up immediately. Some do, some don't. Some may even go into generations. You know, and that is why sometimes, you know, you will hear, even like in the villages, you will hear people crying maybe when there's a disaster or some misfortune, or maybe there's a family that misfortunes always happen to. You will hear people saying, what did the parents ever do? What did their, ancestors do? What did their lineage do? You know, somebody somewhere must have messed up big time for their kids, you know, to be suffering like this. I have heard it before. I don't know if you guys have heard it. You know, even sometimes when a family, people are, just misfortunes. Let me not say much, guys. Let me don't go there. But you will hear the villagers crying. You will hear some family members crying and saying, oh, please, God, forgive whatever it is that they did. Forgive the forefathers what they did, so that these children can stop suffering like this. I have heard it before. So, guys, for me, it is how you acquire the money in the first place. That is where the blessing begins. If you acquire the money nicely, and then now you save it, and then now you spend it nicely, and then now you spend it wisely, and, you don't lie to your subscribers about, what you're doing, then everything will go well. But this thing of telling people, or encouraging them, oh, MORAA, he did not tell them to insult people. He did not say that they defame people. No, he did not say it. He may not have said it, but the fact remains, he sees what they're doing, and so he condones it. And so clearly, actions speak louder than words. It is what it is. And now let us go to the village journalist. Guys, on the previous video I did about this person, I said that he had talked about him going to the cop station to pick up his GoPro. And he said that things did not go well. In fact, he had started talking about it was so disgusting, the demagogues, blah, blah, blah. Guys, by the way, have you noticed this guy speaks as if he is a robot? Like somebody has just turned him on. Like there's a button where you just turn on and guys, especially in his last video. Oh my God. Hey. So now, he came out to talk about this issue. Remember, I had said that he had done a live stream, but the live stream, ended unceremoniously. So now he came out to do a video explaining the whole thing. The guy says that he has a letter, from the DCI extending the period of time that they require to have the GoPro, his GoPro. So he is lamenting, he is complaining bitterly, talking about why are they keeping his GoPro? They can keep it if they want. In fact, he can buy another GoPro. He doesn't need that one. In fact, that one doesn't even have whatever. So it cannot help them. Oh my gosh. The guy is confused. Because first, he claims that the police have refused to give him back his GoPro. And then he again brings out a letter. Showing a formal letter. Signed, stamped from the office, stating that they require to have this GoPro for another few days up to the 29th. So clearly this is something formal. This is not something that they're cornering about. What amused me is when this fundi, somebody, the one who, accompanied Masubo to go and bail him out. Now this guy was talking to Gintu and he said, we are going to go to the cop station tomorrow. We are going to be so hard on them. They are going to have to give us that GoPro. Guys, these people come out, to lie to the audience. That they can go to the DCI and be so hard on them and demand that they give out a GoPro. Something that they are using for investigation. Even if it does not have whatever it is that they were saying it doesn't have. They confiscated it for a reason and they have to work with it. They even gave an official letter on that GoPro. So what can you do about it? You fundi, I don't know who. Trying to chest stamp to show his might, his strength. We are going to go there again. We have to demand for that GoPro. Gosh, I am glad that Gintu got some sense. Because Gintu told him, no. It is in a letter. They said up to 29th. Let us wait. This guy is still insisting, but Gintu managed to calm him and tell him, no, we cannot go demand for it now. And that tells me that Gintu knows exactly what is going on. But why come and do a video like that? Trying to make the police, the DCI look as though they are doing something corrupt. That is how they like to bring it out. Every time Gintu is talking about the police, about the DCI, he wants to always make sure that it comes out as though these people are so corrupt. These people just want money. It is all about money. That's the kind of picture he normally wants to paint. And not just the DCI, just people around. He will always be talking about, even organizations, he will always be talking about they want money. It is all about money. Here money talks. I know that he was trying to activate donations at this point. And guys, the funny thing is this. He knows very well that after all this is said and done, they are going to give him back his GoPro. But he does not want to say that. Because he wants somebody in the audience to quickly, quick and fast, buy him another GoPro. Wow. So like I was saying, this thing of coming out, trying to paint the police in bad light, doing videos, castigating them, talking ill of them. I think this is what will sabotage this person's case. This is what will finish him. Because guys, even when you're having a case, the court also looks at, your whole attitude towards the case. That is why sometimes people will be given a lenient sentence because they will say that, you are cooperative, you are nice, you are, respectful, you are very compliant and all this stuff. But now, if you begin, this chest stamping, it's like you're looking down upon these people, talking about them like they're corrupt, just painting this weird picture about them. And yet you know that it is an official thing that they are investigating and they need that GoPro for that purpose. And like I said, guys, I know that Gintu knows about that because of how he responded to that Fundi Duke. So this whole shenanigans that he was playing out here is just for content. But I feel like it is going to, backfire on him. It is going to work negatively on his side. Because I'm pretty sure that these cops are still following up on him. They are watching him. And all these things may again come out to be used against them. And guys, the audience, this audience is what is going to put these people into deep shit. Yes. The kind of advice some of them are giving. If you don't have a brain, it'll mess you up. Oh, yes. And that is why, even these other ones, if you listen to, all these people, if you listen to that clique, the way they are talking as though they have become untouchable. I had another one, Ernesto, talking about, oh, us, our audience. Imagine, in a few hours, they can give 100,000. A few hours. But the other audience, when 𝐷𝐿𝐷 was arrested, they took 14 days. Guys, imagine 14 days. Imagine 14 days. He does not even remember that the dynamics were different. The orders of the court at the time 𝐷𝐿𝐷 had been arrested and charged in court were totally different from the ones that were issued against Gintu. But anyways, I'm not even here to explain to this one. He's in the village and he seems not to know anything. 14 days, guys. 14 days. Gosh. So now, I feel like all of them want to commit a crime. All of them. So that their audience can continue showing their might. Which is okay, guys. It is very okay. All I will do is to always come out here and react. Oh, yes. So somebody advised this Gintu guy that his attitude, his manners about this whole issue going forward will also determine how this case will end. Yeah, it will determine if it will end in his favor or not. And even if it doesn't end in his favor, it will determine on whether they will have leniency or not. Let him continue with his shenanigans. At first, when he came out, I saw that he did not want to talk about these issues of the case. But apparently, he cannot keep his mouth shut for long, can he? So let him continue. It will work against him. Oh, yes.
You're watching It's MORAA, the one and only truth teller.
Now, guys, I have come across a video by Trenchtown Grandpa and Jamaican Uncle and some guy called Wrigley. I hope I got it correct. Now, these people are having a time of their lives. They are at Trenchtown Grandpa's home. They had this cookout. Trenchtown Grandpa came out to showcase his culinary skills. And I think he can cook. He really can. So they were out there, after the meal, talking, catching up on old times, reminiscing about their lives back in Jamaica, way back when. And I'm glad that the Real Things podcast did a video explaining to some of us, what they were talking about, because halfway through I was, getting lost. But she did good explaining to us exactly what they meant, the kind of stories they were talking. And I believe it was all fun, And so, Trenchtown Grandpa came out to speak about, his, experience in the village of Nyabohanse, where he constructed a road for the people, and how these people were welcoming at first. They were really accommodative. They accepted the road. They helped him out. He had a contract with some of them. He even said people were there, cracking the rocks and everything, and all was fine. But the next day, after the haters came in, after all this people who are bad mind came in, and that is according to me, things changed. These people started to talk in a different tune. Now, that is not a surprise because we have seen it happen here many a times, especially when it comes to anybody that is affiliated or just, a friend to marwa and family. They will always come with this kind of, with this kind of shenanigans. They will come out with their nonsense. And they will try to sabotage anything and everything that this particular person is doing. So Trenchtown Grandpa went on to talk about how things were different in other parts of Africa, because he has visited so many other countries, in Africa. And he described his experience of how people were welcoming, people were, kind and everything. But he was really surprised that in Kenya, he can actually try to bring help And people can come out and say, we don't need your help, you know. He spoke about how people can, come and tell you, you should leave our place, chasing you away from their country. Of course, that is what these people did. Because we all saw and heard Carrots come out here to brag that, you know what, I had to make that guy leave. We pushed him out. I am something. She was just thumping and talking about he had to leave because it is what it is. Remember, Carrots is the one who came and said that they don't need those things. People in Nyabohanse, some of them walk barefoot up to this moment. We see them on the videos of these people. People in Nyabohanse need clothes. There are kids there. Gintu is normally showing us vulnerables. They could do with the clothes that Trenchtown Grandpa brought. But Carrots came out to say they don't need the clothes. He should take them to the Congo. And of course, she was doing that because this is not her community. This is not her village. So all she ever wants to do is to sabotage this village, mess it up, destroy it. I don't know what the village did to him. I know that somebody who is from this village rejected her, but she does not have to take out her wrath on the whole village like this. Gosh. So by the statements that Trenchtown Grandpa made, I feel like, he feels like Kenyan people are not welcoming. Kenyan people are, bad mind. Kenyan people are ungrateful. That is what I feel. But I'm happy that Jamaican uncle was there to tell him that it's not everybody. Some of the people there are so good. Big up Jamaican uncle. That is so true. Some of the Kenyans, in fact, most of the Kenyans are good people, except a few rotten apples here and there.
The thing that hurt me the most is like when you go over and beyond to help people in another country, and then the only thing you can hear is leave our country alone. We don't need you.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Never suffer.
That hurts.
That's true.
But but the thing about it is they don't have to tell me twice.
No.
You understand?
Yeah.
They don't have to tell me that twice.
No.
Once is more than good enough.
Exactly.
It was just the other day, one of the nurses asked me if we're not gonna have the thing in
Africa.
In Nyabohanse village again.
All those things.
And a lot of people were lined up to come.
I'm telling you, I had like 25 already.
Yeah.
We're gonna really blow it up.
It's a pity them that kind of way them is a pity.
But
it's not everybody is like that over there, but some of them don't want it's like they don't want the other people to get anything that is good. So they try to mess up everything that nobody get nothing, nobody just bad-minded. That's what happened.
So there's this channel I've been watching lately, and this Black American lady, or rather African American lady, is out there encouraging people to visit Africa, encouraging people to actually come and stay in Africa, and Kenya to be precise. So she has one or two things to say, and I feel like she is talking to people like Trenchtown Grandpa and others who have been dissuaded, who have changed their minds about who Kenyans are and what Kenya as a country is because of this bad mind people. This lady lives in Africa. She lives in Kenya and she loves it here. So let's listen to what this lady has to say.
Welcome to Blacks into Africa. I am 𝐇𝐎𝐿 Monye, a California native living my best life in Nairobi, Kenya. Thank you for coming along for the ride. I hope that you are informed, entertained, and inspired to Blacks into Africa. I'm doing this episode because some of y'all want to come here to get away from lesser melanated folks. And I hate to burst your bubble, but they are here and they are living their best lives. I don't want you to come here and be disillusioned. I did an episode with a Kenyan real estate agent. Gideon is his name. And the name of his podcast or YouTube channel is called Acre Portfolio. So if you actually are looking to move to Kenya and you're looking for housing, he's a good point person, and you can view the properties that he has available on his YouTube channel. And one of the things that he said to me during the interview is that he had an American client come. I'm going to presume she was African American. She was looking at housing.
As you can hear, this lady is very comfortable in Kenya. She loves it here. She is even encouraging other people from all over the world, especially the United States, where she comes from. She is inviting them to come and live in Kenya. Not just visit, guys. She is inviting them to stay. That is how much she loves Kenya. And she clearly states that she has seen a lot of people, even non-melanated, or rather less melanated people, come all the way from the United States and come and settle in this country called Kenya. This is to show you guys that we are very accommodating people. We love visitors and we treat people well. So what you see down there in Nyabohanse is not a true picture of Kenya. That is the reason why I showed this clip. So all who have ever wanted to visit beautiful, magical Kenya, do so at your own time. You can visit any part of Kenya. Kenya is big, Kenya is wonderful. And Kenya is awesome. If you are here and you have not subscribed to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and join this amazing family. Also, please give this video a massive thumbs up. And for those who are wondering, what is this channel all about? Probably you have visited us for the very first time. I just want to say welcome to you. And this is a reaction channel where we analyze, we criticize, and we react on videos that have been put out on the YouTube space. So if you enjoyed today's video and if you like that kind of content, quick, chop, click on the subscribe button and join us as well. To my returning subscribers, I love you all. To those who are newly subscribed, karibu sana, you are most welcome. Let us meet in the next one, my beautiful, awesome people. Bye-bye.